We know it, and we've all experienced it. Difficult conversations, they're just a part of life, right? But my next guest wants to remind you that you have the power to handle conflict in healthy ways. Studio 5 relationship contributor Dr. Matt Townsend is joining me. I love this. 7 quick rules for healthier conflict.
You don't even have to do them all. If you just did one, the conflict would get better.
Okay.
Just one.
All right, rule number 1, go.
Say what you mean what you say.
Say it.
If you didn't say it, it doesn't exist. The rule is content communication. Whatever is said and stated overtly is meant. Don't make me mind read. Don't make me figure it out.
Don't make me try to read your body language. Don't assume I know. Say it.
If you're mad at me, say, I'm mad at you because of what you said in front of my parents and it hurt my feelings.
That takes guts sometimes.
Yeah, but what's amazing is it actually then has been said. And if it's been said, we can't pretend like we don't spend the rest of the day trying to figure out, is she even mad at me? I can't even tell if she's mad at me.
So if someone's fear of that might escalate the tension, at least it's out there and we can move on from there.
By the way, the tension's already escalating or it's avoided. Another thing about saying what you mean is you better mean, if you really are threatening a divorce, you darn well better mean it. Because don't be tossing those things around if you don't mean it. And what this forces us to do is think. Think before you say something instead of just throwing out all this smoke.
You want us to slow down.
Slow down, wait your turn. A lot of us just steal the turn. We jump right in, we steal the turn. We don't even let them say what they're gonna say. We're gonna guess what they're gonna say and then we say it for them. And you'll see the biggest fights that people have are when they speed up. The number 1 key to manage conflict, slow it down. And when you slow it down,
who are you?
It goes so much better.
You're scaring me right now.
I'm scared. I was just channeling something.
All right.
Slow it down and wait your turn.
It's good advice. Speak from your narrow point of view.
Everyone in the world knows, anyone with a clue, don't speak absolute truth. You don't own any. You don't have the right. You don't even know yourself well enough to know how you're truly being affected by something. So don't speak in universals and absolutes. So say instead, always speak from your little narrow point of view. From my point of view, the way that felt to me, in this situation, I felt this. And be very specific. So what you're now doing is you're taking arguments from huge, grandiose fights to just little tiny things that we can start to navigate.
You also sort of cut the legs off because no one can argue with how you feel.
That's right. Once you're down to the feeling, well, by the way, they will.
Of course.
But then that's just another rule we need to get.
I love this next one. I haven't heard it quite expressed like this before. Sincerely feel how you are impacting them.
All the time they'll be telling you, that hurt. You hurt my feelings. And instead of going to feel what they felt, you go to logic. Well, that's stupid. Why would that hurt your feelings? Because I was really meaning, I just meant this. You go to this logical thing. Instead, what I like to ask my clients is, when something like that is said, I'm like, John, how does it feel to know you hurt her feelings? What she's saying is she doesn't trust you because of that. How does it feel to know your wife doesn't trust you right there? And I want him to feel it. Because what's amazing is if he feels it, and we call that taking the place of the other, if he actually takes her place, it creates more compassion. You can also feel by just looking at her when you're talking. And when you see her emotion change, a lot of times our mirror neurons will pick up that emotion and I will feel what she's feeling. A lot of us aren't arguing eye to eye. We're kind of arguing around, but I want you to look at each other and try to feel what they're saying.
That's good, Matt.
Most of us don't want to go there, but if you really want to ever lift a conversation, you got to have felt it.
You want us to find the agreement in the argument.
If you say these simple words, you know what? From what you're saying right there, I totally agree with you that I should have been home earlier. And I admit that I don't do it as often as I need to, and I apologize. If you just agreed, you will immediately take down 80% of the tension. People want agreement, and I believe in 80% of any argument, you'll find agreement. You agree on 80% of the stuff. It's only the 20% you don't agree on, so we always spend 100% on that 20%. Just go find the 80%, and you'll immediately turn the fire down on the pot.
That agreement sends us into this place of ownership, and that's your next rule, is to take ownership.
Full, unconditional responsibility for your part of the problem. Whatever you need to improve, own it 100%. I fully admit and accept and apologize that I was late.
We're not even in a fight right now, and that feels really good. It feels really good to hear.
How many people just want
We're not
people
fighting,
to own it?
but this just feels good. Say it again. Say it again.
So much. I'm so sorry. And I take full responsibility. If you just own it. Now, the other benefit of that is it forces you out of these decisions or discussions and arguments. What is it that I can actually go work on?
Yeah.
And if I'm fully accountable, then this shouldn't probably happen many times going forward. One reason we keep having the same fight is because the people have never owned what they really caused. So if you own what you're doing and take more responsibility for it, you will naturally improve over time.
This is so good. All right, finally, only give correction and feedback from a spirit of love.
I have never disciplined my child with love. I've wanted to ream them. I've wanted them to pay. I've wanted them to not ruin my day.
Yeah.
So then I discipline them, and then you say, why do you discipline them like that? Because I love them. I just feel this need to squish them when I love them. So what I want instead is, if you ever want to give correction or any feedback, the only way you can pay to have that happen is you have to have love. Anything you say to correct or give feedback without some spirit of love will not be received.
But not loving words is what I'm hearing you say.
To be.
You've got to really
I've got to actually feel it. Now, here's what's cool. You cannot not communicate, we're told. So if I feel love and the feedback I'm trying to give them is so that their life can be better and improve, there will be a spirit of that. Even if the words are harsh.
Yeah.
Even if it's direct, you'll feel the love. And I trust feeling way more than I trust words. So if you're too overly into creating the right words, the words aren't the key. The key will always be the spirit.
I love to hear that. I especially love to hear that from a communication guy. Like we know this, there's so much unsaid, but the fact that you just confirmed we can say harsh things out of love and they'll land differently, that's everything.
And remember how I treated you yesterday will actually impact how I'll treat you and what you'll receive from me today. So it's a consecutive thing. As I'm loving and loving and loving and loving and loving and admitting and apologizing and agreeing and affirming over time, I have more power to do more with you today because of my history with you.
Right.
And so love over time converts everything to be better.
This is so good.
It's
Matt,
awesome,
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Tell us about your 10-day relationship makeover.
This is one of the best things I think we've ever done.
I agree.
And it's a program where we'll send you a video every day for 10 straight days to help you reverse a starved spiral. All this negativity, this reactivity, this polarization, this hopelessness, all the things that selfishness that drive abandoning a relationship, we teach you very specific skills to turn it around. We assess you, we identify where you are in the starved spiral, and we give you some immediate tools. So you just go to matttownsend.com, boom, 10-day marriage makeover.
It's so approachable. You've made it so approachable for everyone out there who wants to invest in their marriage and turn
You can watch them together with your partner. You could watch them with Mark.
Is that
I've already sent him to Mark like 4 times.
Okay, good. Is he watching him?
He actually sends them back. It's weird. He's like, who is this? Why are you sending me this?
All right, we love Matt Townsend. Get more information on that program, matttownsend.com.